when I have attorneys that, you know, aren't happy, it's one more system to learn, I've got too much to do, I don't have time for this, I ask them to think back to how they felt when they received their first BlackBerry and what emotions they had with it. Like, this is something new to learn, I'm never going to figure it out, the buttons are too small, it's too difficult to send emails on, it's tying me to the office, you know, I'm never getting a minute's break. To now, if I tried to take that BlackBerry away from them and told them they didn't need it anymore, I'm sure they'd wrestle me to the ground for it, because they do need it. It's an integral part of their working life, and the use of a CRM system is very much the same. So one of the things that we have done is we've produced a library of e-learning modules. Each one is anywhere between 2 to 4 minutes, and it focuses on one thing to do with the CRM system. So I need to add a contact, or I need to look for a contact. I need to add a meeting activity and notes in. I need to, you know, I need to show that I know this person in the system. How do I do this? Very short video clip that the attorney or the secretary accesses from their desk, and they can sit and watch it. They can watch it multiple times. Because my belief is that you learn how to do something at the point at which you need to learn how to do it. So I'm sat at my desk, I need to look for a contact, I can't remember how to do it. I watch a 2-minute video and it sinks in. So then the next time I remember how to do it. And rather than politely asking them to add their contacts, which many of them may not want to do that, we have actually designed a report that we will send them, which is based on their Outlook contacts and contacts that they email on a regular basis. So it's like a first cut of what we ascertain to be their strong business contacts. Again, if we can get every attorney in the firm to mark that information up and get it back, that's a huge amount of information. I mean, we're looking at over 500,000 contacts, plus all the relationships that will come through from that as well. Rather than doing that big bang approach, you know, here's the software everyone, now everyone add their contacts, and then we'll move on from there. From my experience of that approach, of having witnessed it in other firms, is that they just get to the contacts piece and, you know, the link back to the attorney that knows the contact, and then no further, because you then have an unwieldy contact database that's not being updated, so the contact information goes out of date very quickly. An attorney goes to look for a contact, they see the information is wrong, they don't update it, they just complain because it's not up to date, and you then get into a vicious circle of just a decline in usage. So to try and combat that, we decided to implement almost the other way around, so the complete opposite to Big Bang, in very small incremental pockets. And those pockets were based on our key client teams, which included attorneys from multiple offices in multiple regions. So not only were we able to really focus our efforts on smaller groups, it was also a means of testing the performance of the system in our different regions at the same time, without it being any kind of big bang, like let's roll out to this whole office this week and then find that there are some issues and then have to deal with them. So we rolled out to key client teams, training the attorneys on that team to use the system just for that one client and really focus on that. And then when they understood what they needed to do and saw the benefits of doing it, they can multiply that across their other clients. And that's what we've focused on for the last 2 years, is really growing that user base out. One of the other great things that we achieved by doing that is we created a demand for the system. So I have the attorneys coming to me and asking to have access to the system, which in my experience I've never had that before. Because we started this way, we started very small, we had to be very careful how we managed expectations. We didn't want to, be making a huge song and dance about this great new system that we had, when realistically a lot of people weren't going to be able to get their hands on it for a year, if not more. So as I say, I had to be I had to be very careful about sort of banging the cymbals a little bit too loudly when the rest of the parade was quite a way behind. But we're now at the point, we're 2 years in, and we're now at the point where we're doing what most firms start off with. So we're doing almost like a big bang implementation. I'm calling it the accelerated rollout. So we're now sort of accelerating, getting everyone else that does not have access to the system access. And at the same time, we are contacting every attorney in the firm to get their contacts into the system. Honestly, and touch wood, there haven't been any major pitfalls. This is pitched, this is a core product, a core system for the firm. It sits alongside the document management system, the time and billing system. It is a core system. It's not self-selective. You can't choose whether you want to use it in the same way that you can't choose to use the time and billing system. We don't have attorneys that say, well, I don't like the time and billing system, so I'm going to keep everything in this Excel sheet that I'm going to keep on my C drive, and then you can just come and look at it whenever you need the information from it. That wouldn't be acceptable. Similarly, you can't be keeping client documents on your local hard drive. They have to go into the document management system and be filed accordingly. And it's the same with the CRM system. It's shared information about clients across the firm that needs to be known, and it sits up there with those other core systems.